lovely people? Welcome back to another episode of Becoming a podcast. I'm your host, Ricky, and we're back again with Sheena. And we're here to talk about becoming a content creator, which that's how I met her. I've been on TikTok probably for like 2 years now, maybe 2.5 years, not very long. And what got me up to where I am now in my TikTokiness is that I'm making up words tonight. That I got up to doing TV reviews and watching TV live, and she also did the same. I think I met you, Big Brother.
Yep.
You were doing your Big Brother live, and I was like, "Oh yes, a black person doing Big
Yes.
Brother." I was like, I am here. So I would, when we used to watch the live feeds, I used to put it on so I could watch it with you, and we come in back. It was so great because I was like, I have nobody to talk about Big Brother with that understands.
I hear that from so many people.
You give your honest opinion. That's one thing I love about your content. You don't sugarcoat shit. Okay, she don't do that. She gonna tell you the real and what's going on and how she feel about it, and I like that. So welcome to the show, Sheena.
Welcome back, everybody. If you missed part one, where I talk about being a lawyer, please go back and watch part one. Or watch this one and then watch part one.
Right, watch this one first and then go back. So let's start at the beginning. How did you get into content creating, or is that just what you wanted to do, or were you just doing it for fun?
So I met this guy named Robbie. He's double minority on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to follow him, please follow him. So I actually met Robbie on Twitter in a Big Brother space. Big Brother be bringing people together, y'all, especially the Black community.
Hello.
So he was in the space, and people would keep, like, they would get on stage and they would be like, because his name on Twitter is double minority as well. And they would be like, oh my God, are you double minority from TikTok? And he would be like, yeah. And I'll be like, so by the time that happens the third time, you're like, okay, what's going on here? So I looked on TikTok and he literally had over 300,000 followers. And I was like, oh my God, you're a celebrity. You're a legend. And so I started talking to him, and I was at first just talking to him about, like, how do you even get a following that big? Like, how did you do that? Da-da-da. And then he started talking about making money. And I said, hold on, stop. You can make money on TikTok? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, teach me everything I need to know because, yeah, I need to do that. And he, like, primarily the way he makes money is that he's in the creator rewards program. Robbie doesn't even, like, he doesn't even go on there and, like, battle every day. He's making money from the rewards program. And so I was like, so I didn't even know that you could make money from, like, people gifting you in lives until later, because that's not really how he was making his money.
I found double minority because I was living in Orlando at the time, and he just popped up on my feed, and I was like, oh, he's from Orlando. He's okay. So I follow him based on he's from Orlando, he's Black, and he's watching the same thing I'm watching. So I was like, I'm there. And then when I got into Big Brother, I knew he watches it. So I was like, oh, okay, I have one person that I can, relate with, and he watches it, and I like his commentary. So that's why I followed him. So yeah.
So he broke it down to me, explained it. Like, I would not be on TikTok the way that I am at all if without meeting Robbie. So I always want to give him his flowers and say that. So he broke it all down to me, but I still, I was like, I mean, I guess I can try to make these videos, I guess. And so I just started making videos. Like, I never intended to be on TikTok in the way that I am now. I made a TikTok because, like, when somebody would send you a TikTok, it was like you couldn't watch it without having an account. So I literally made an account. It was going to be nothing. I made the account just to watch videos. And then I remember when LeBron became the all-time scoring leader, I made a video celebrating that. Baby's first TikTok. Put it on. And when I tell you, people went crazy in my comments saying LeBron ain't shit. MJ's the real go. Like, just to the point where I turned the comments off because it was just so insane. And like, I didn't know, like, that video, I probably could have got 10,000 views on that video because I didn't know, like, you don't turn the comments off, just delete the ones you don't like. I didn't know that. So, but that was my first ever TikTok, and I think I got like 800 something views on that. Which
Nice.
nowadays it's hard to get 800 something views.
Girl, it's
But
hard to get 300.
so I was like, that was my first ever TikTok, and then I didn't make any videos for a long time. And I started making videos again. And then I started following someone, and she knew about like making money like through doing battles. And I started watching her and learning more about battles. And I was like, ooh, this is fun. You know, like sending gifts and like trying to win because I'm a very competitive person. So I was like, this is fun. And so then I started, battling myself and started learning about, the leagues and a fragment and moving up in the leagues and doing this and doing that. And now, we are where we are today. I have, what do I have? 6,800 something followers. So built that from the ground up. I have I have a video that's over 200,000 views. I have one video that's over 130,000. Um, have had some very successful lives, have interviewed a bunch of Big Brother players. I interviewed Say from Survivor on TikTok Live. So, yeah, met, a person very special to me on TikTok Live. I've I've done a lot on TikTok now. So I feel like I am an established content creator now. I post a video on TikTok every single day, and I have been for the last 3, 4, 5 months now.
People don't understand, like, the reason I got on TikTok was, like you said, because I couldn't get the videos that people were sending me. My friend would always send me a TikTok, and I'm like, oh my God. So I was like, let me just open up one. And I've been curious about it, but I never just downloaded it. So I was like, oh, let me see. Girl, I got hooked, like, just scrolling because it's very different. Like, I'll be on Instagram for something, and I might see a video and they're talking about something random. And I was like, nobody's explaining it. I was like, let me go to TikTok because I know I will find somebody. And I'm like, oh, this is the information I need. Okay, got it. Instagram and TikTok are very two different
Oh yeah.
entities. So when I got into Big Brother, everybody was, I like multiple videos. I was like, oh my God, because I think I started with Taylor's season. That's where I started. And then got into the cookout.
That
So
was the first Big Brother season you ever watched?
mhm, mhm,
Oh wow. Okay. So
yeah.
wait, you got into it because you saw a video about her on TikTok?
I think she was like getting bullied. They were bullying
Mm.
her. And I was like, well, what? She a beautiful black woman. Don't get, just like what? So I was like, well, let me go see what they talking about. So I had never watched it before. And then I watched it. I'm like, she ain't do nothing. What y'all getting mad for? Because she beautiful, she's smart, and to being like her, oh, it's jealousy. Got it. So then when old dude talked about the cookout and stuff, all that controversy, and I was like, what is he talking about? The cookout? I stopped watching, went back and watched the entire season of the cookout season. So I knew what he was referencing. And I was like, oh, so you were scared that people of color were about to take over again. But that's not even how, it wasn't even enough black people in the house to even do that. So I was like, sir, that season was messy. I'm saying it
You
got on my
you know that Kyle is a huge TikTok creator. You know that, right?
cow.
Kyle is the one who said, "Oh, all the people of color are working together."
Oh, see how I forgot his name because he is
Yeah.
irrelevant to me.
He literally has like 670,000 followers or something like that. He got cast because he's a big TikTok creator. And so
Oh,
now what I heard is that he does not talk about Big Brother at all. Like if somebody asks him about that, he'll act like he didn't even see it. Like he does not talk about it because of
that whole
what
thing.
what he did.
I mean, even we watched the Traders, and this season, 3 Black people that went home already. Huh?
Mhm.
What's happening?
Right.
With no concrete evidence.
Do you know my friend Chris Life with Grams on TikTok?
Mm-mm.
So Chris is white. I was in Chris's live the other day, and even she was talking about why are all these people of color going home? What's going on? Like even she was talking about it. I
I'm
wasn't sure.
saying,
You were in my live when I was talking about it with Patrick. Like I was like, because I'm like, okay, is it that or is it
or
not that? But now that everybody is talking about it, it's that because everybody is noticing it.
right,
So
right.
we are not all wrong,
We can't be, and
right?
that's another thing with being in this space because sometimes certain apps can be a little racist,
Mhm.
and and I'm just saying, like, have you dealt with anything as being a Black creator, Black woman creator in any spaces that you had trouble just being a Black woman?
This is what I will say. Being a black woman
Hmm.
content creator is really hard because you will make a video about something or you will be talking about a subject matter and a white woman, a white man can talk about the same thing. They can make a video that is not as good as yours and get 2, 3 times the views. And that is so incredibly frustrating to me because I know that it's about that because I will look at their content and I will say this content is not that good. Which is not to say there are, white people that make incredible content. Of course there are.
Hmm.
And if I'm looking at somebody and they're making incredible content, more power to you. Get tons of views, have thousands of followers. But more often than not, what I'm seeing another black content creator, even if it's a man, that makes great videos and then it's not getting the views or he doesn't have a lot of followers. Like, do you remember this past Big Brother season? That guy that was doing he was doing videos like practicing for when you're HOH in the Big Brother house and stuff like that. And
Is that
he was doing videos like imitating Vince and Morgan. Did you see that guy? Do you know who I'm talking about?
is he light skinned?
Yeah, he's curly hair.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
I think his content is so good. Every time I would see one of his videos, I would repost it. He has like 3,000 followers.
Oh, that's
Like
ridiculous.
it's just like I don't understand. Well, no, I absolutely do understand, but it's incredibly frustrating, and sometimes you feel like you don't want to keep going, but then somebody will come into my comments and they will say, like one of my traders videos. Somebody came into my comments and said, "I started watching this show so I would understand your commentary." Or
Nice.
somebody will comment under one of my videos and say, I watched this show because of your videos. Or somebody would say, I love your content. Or somebody will say, 100% agree with your perspective. Like, thank you for making this video, whatever. And it's like, if there's, like I said before, if 5 people who watch a video and they love it, I'm thankful that I made a video that 5 people love. And it's like, that's what the realization that I've had because if you keep trying to chase views and followers and you feel like you're not getting them, you're going to be really unhappy as a content creator. And this is not even like this is not how I make a living. I make a living as a lawyer. But you're going to be like you're going to quit because you're going to feel like it's like you're in mud and you're not getting anywhere. So you have to do it for the joy of content creating and connecting people and talking about something that you enjoy, whether it's a television show, a movie, whatever. That's what you have to focus on because I don't want to be an unhappy content creator. I
Mm-hmm.
want to enjoy it. And so that's what I've chosen to remind myself of and to focus on. And like I said, I've met so many incredible people on TikTok. People that are my friends now. People, so many of people that are my friends now, I literally met on TikTok. Like I literally just had a whole birthday vacation, and 3 people that I met on TikTok came to Vegas, and I met them for the first time. 3 people. So it's just like I take, yes, there are cons to TikTok, but as I said, TikTok has given me so much that I will forever be grateful for. And so I can never just be like, I'm done with TikTok. I hate TikTok, whatever, because I have found community on TikTok and I've created a community. And so I'm really grateful and thankful for that.
TikTok is really a community. Um, like I said, I've been on here 2 years, and I like meeting you, meeting other people that I've gotten from like my Love Island videos that I've met on there, and just the people supporting. We'll send videos back and forth and just communicate. And I'm just like, I don't get that over on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. I get that over here at TikTok, and I'm just
Oh,
like,
girl, Facebook. I haven't touched Facebook. Oh my God. I don't even go on there anymore. You still go on
because so one, I have to go on there because that's how we communicated for my job when I worked at
there?
Disney.
Oh, okay.
If it wasn't for that, girl, I would have been gone years ago.
Okay. Why don't you have the family group chat in text?
Girl, no. Facebook, it can stay there.
Okay. Well, wait, but I know you're interviewing me, but I want to ask, what has your experience been like as a Black woman content creator?
So I was in that stage where you were talking about like the views and stuff. I was really stuck on that. And I was like, nobody's liking my content. I only get, maybe I get less than 50, maybe 100. I was like, what am I doing? And I know I heard a lot of people talk about shadow banning was a thing, and I was like, well, is it that? And then I saw other creators talk about, oh well, now I have talked about some stuff similar to somebody else in a video, like you were saying, and I got a violation. And I'm like,
Mm,
what did I say? And I was like, okay, maybe I'll cut this out. Still a violation. And I was like, but I'm saying the same thing they're saying in their video. And then it was a time like they were checking my sound, like, no, you can't do, like, I was getting violations and I was like, what is happening? Is it my content or is it me? Like, what is it? But I never thought about the shadow banning until people, because I was about to give up TikTok. I was like, I can't, I don't get it. I'm not getting anything over here. People talk about it's great, whatever. So I'll just go back to scrolling on here and not making any content. And probably a couple of months after, I was like, I'm not going to post anything. One of my videos, and I forgot, it was a TV show or something, hit. Like, it started, I'm like, oh my God, where did this come? Like, it started, just people started commenting and liking. I'm like, oh my God. And one thing you have to learn about TikTok is sometimes it might not hit then, but it might hit later. Because if something's trending, and I've learned that too, like, if something happens with like Traders or Big Brother or any of those competition shows, it comes up, or a person that you talked about before, like my Taylor video that I did when she won, I did a video about her winning, and when she was on Amazing Race, that video started trending again because she was the topic and stuff. And I'm like, okay, so I see it's not always a hit or miss, and don't delete just in case it might come back around and start trending again. So it's been such a learning curve with TikTok, with the shadow banning and them just picking shit to give me a violation on. Even when I started going live, I didn't understand certain words you can't say, but then I was like, I didn't say anything that I thought, and it'd be stupid shit, and you like, because low quality, or your image was still, and all I was doing was just sitting there, but I'm still live, but they got me for a still image, and I'm like, how? I'm a real person. There's no still, girl. So it's been a lot of learning curves with it, but now that I've learned and got past it, I love it now.
I had to go through that learning curve of like what you can. Girl, when I started going live, and I would go live and do the Lakers games, and it's a bunch of cishet men. They would come in and be nasty to me and be rude to me. I would cuss all of them out, and somebody would be like, "You need to stop. You're going to get a violation." And I would just be cussing all of them out. And then one time they pissed me off so because I was not when I first started doing my Lakers lives, because I did a live when Luca got traded and it blew up. And then people started, like, all these men started following me because they thought I was, oh, she does sports, which I mean, I do sports, but that was not, I was trying to blow up for reality TV, which is why I'm glad this past Big Brother season, my lives blew up. But all these cishet men coming into my lives talking shit. And I remember one time they pissed me off so bad. I was like, and you're all ugly. Did you just say we're all ugly? Like crying emojis? And I was like, yeah. And I put crying emojis back. Hysterical. I can't. They used to upset me so bad, but
Mm.
I blocked like so many accounts that now when I do a Lakers live, it's not bad because all the bad people are probably blocked, and so they can't come in.
It's different, I think, with men in sports. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like it's
Because they feel like you. Why are you on here talking about sports? Like, what could you? Like, so many men would just come into my comments and they would just put, "You don't know ball. You don't know ball. You don't know ball. You don't know ball." And it's like, that's why I advocate so hard for women on social media platforms to talk about sports. Because it's not often that you see women talking about sports, even women's sports. I feel like I don't see a
mm,
lot. And so, like, we know the game better than these men. A lot of men, if you go on social media talking, the actual particulars of the game, they literally have no idea. They're just saying whatever they think is going to get a reaction. They don't know anything. If you try to hardcore talk about basketball, or I'm a tennis girly as well, you try to hardcore talk about tennis, they have no idea. If you really get into the nitty gritty with them, they'll just stop talking to you because they don't know. So,
mm.
like, if you want actual thoughtful, nuanced commentary, you're gonna have to go to a woman to get it. Because what these men are saying ain't nothing. There's no substance to it. So if you are a woman watching this and you are considering going on social media and talking about sports, highly recommend that you do. And there are a lot of, even though it might be tough, you might get a lot of hate, but block those people and move
Mm.
on, because women that are sports fans are hungry to hear other women talking about sports. But there's a lot of Lakers fans that I met on those lives that are still my followers now. So that's why every now and then you will see me do a Lakers video, because I don't want those people to be like, oh my gosh, she never talks about sports anymore, you know?
I really got into the Olympics last year when they had the Olympics? And that was a fun time. Like I got into, well, I watched my regulars, or I watched track, I watched swimming, but then I got into rugby. When I tell you, I was like, I don't even know what this is. I just had my camera on random. rugby. I was like, what is this? This football? This soccer? What? I was like, what is this? And girl, when I tell you that video hit because people were like, oh my God, you never watched rugby before? This is the greatest thing. Like people were so nice. A lot of women, because it was women's rugby.
Oh, it was women's rugby you were watching? Oh
Mm-hmm.
no, because I was gonna say I do know that a lot of the men's rugby players are fine. I didn't know
Oh,
that.
girl, and then when I figured that out, they was like, "Oh, that's what." Girl, the comments was like, "Oh no, you got to watch the men's rugby. You would be," and I was like, "Oh, let me go down this." And they gave me certain men to look for, and I looked at. I was like, "Oh, this is my new favorite sport."
Right.
I was like, "This is so much like it was so much fun." And the people in the rugby community were so fun, and they was like, oh, go down this rabbit hole, oh, go down this rabbit hole, and I was sitting there, I was like, thank you, because they are
Girl.
fine.
Wait,
When I
you into rugby?
have you seen the men, right?
Yeah. But wait a minute. Okay, so when it's not Olympics, when is rugby season?
So one of the people who commented in my comments, she was actually from Alabama, and they have a league here, and I think it's February. I think it starts in February. Because I looked up their team, and because she told me the team, I was like, oh yeah, I would love to like take some. I'm like, do you even have like, because I do sports photography at Disney, so I'm a sports photographer there. So I was like, do y'all ever have anybody come take pictures of you in action? I would love to do that because watching it and learning it, I still don't know it, but it's fun to watch. Like, and started to learn, and people would tell me they sent somebody sent me a video of explaining rugby to me, and I was like, thank you, because I didn't know. So I
Do
was
you
like,
have that bookmarked?
yeah, I have it, I can send it to you.
Yeah, because I don't know nothing about no rugby, girl.
It's a fun, it's just football and soccer together. That's what it gives.
Okay.
Just finding people who would talk about like female sports. Like I got into what's the New York Liberty because of Ellie. Because
Love
Ellie,
Ellie.
I am when I first saw Ellie, I was like, I love her. And I was like, now I'm a New York Liberty fan just because of Ellie.
A lot of people are.
Right, right. Cause she is everything. Like she got a shoe line. I mean, mama is doing it and
She
she's
has a shoe line?
yeah, like when she has the shoes with the New York Liberty colors. I think it was
Really?
Ni- I think it was Nike if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. I
Yes.
didn't know that.
Yes, and she's a black elephant, okay?
Well,
Which I love. Whoever does Ellie is amazing.
I think they said it's three people. It's three
Yeah,
different people.
yeah, three black women.
Oh, it's all of them is with black women.
Mhm. Mhm.
Love it. Love it.
Yep. So they style her. She been to fashion shows, all types of
Did
things.
you
Like
see the one where she was dressed like Mary J. Blige and had that bob?
I love it. I was like, you better. You better. I love that. Like I used to watch sports all the time. And then I kind of fell off because they everybody was like, "Oh, you're not being girly enough," blah 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 blah, all that stuff. Girl, like growing up, you're supposed like, especially in the South, like you're supposed to be like a certain thing and do this. Like I like Transformers, I like GI Joe from back in
I
the day.
love
Like
Transformers.
but I couldn't because, I'm a girl. So I'm supposed to like Barbie and all this stereotypical stuff. And now it's just like I see people on TikTok doing whole doll houses and recreating with that. And I'm like, oh my God. So it's so great about that's another thing great about TikTok is just like seeing people now that we're adults with money, we can do the stuff that we didn't get to do when we were younger. And I was like, I like seeing that because that inspires me. I was like, it's you can do this at any age. Like, why stop when you're a kid? Like, Go build some Legos. Have fun. You
Right.
know?
Because, Lakers win, lose, horrible season, whatever. The Lakers are still that girl. Everybody going to talk about the Lakers and what we're doing. So,
Of course. Now, back in the day when I was watching basketball, I was watching it because of the team colors. Like that's how I picked my team. I was like, either it was the team colors or it was a fine basketball player that I wanted to watch. And
right.
that's how I picked my team because I'm in Alabama. We don't have a team. Well, no, that's not true. I did have the San Antonio Spurs because I lived in San Antonio when I was younger. So I did root for them when I was younger because I lived there. But when I was in Alabama, we didn't have a dog in the fight. So whoever was fine, I would watch.
I
You
get that.
know,
I definitely have done that. Not going to lie.
what does the future look like for you for your TikTok life?
Well, we got to get to 10,000 followers so we can
Mm-hmm.
get in the creator rewards program and get paid for our videos. Because like I said, I had some big Big Brother videos this past season. Grew my platform, grew my following a lot. Didn't make a cent from those videos. And then of course, like I want to have a video that's so big that I get a brand deal. Cause that's where the real money is.
Mm-hmm.
So want to try to get a brand deal. I don't aspire to be a live pro. Do you know what a live pro is?
Like what you doing now, like the battles and stuff?
No, no, no. The
Oh,
live pros are basically like pro, as in professional. Their job is basically going live on TikTok. And
doing
they're live.
anything?
Well, they're battling because that's how you make money quickly. But
Mm,
they go live 2, 3, 4 times a day. But then they also, because like you have to get 10 million diamonds in 1 month to make Live Pro
that's
and have like 100,000 followers
okay.
to make Live Pro.
Can you explain how do people get diamonds? Do you know how
Okay. So diamonds are,
a girl's best
so your
friend?
coins turn into diamonds when they're received. So one
Mm,
diamond is 1 cent. So if you send me a money gun and it costs 500 coins, that's 500 diamonds that I have received on TikTok. But I'm not TikTok is taking half of that. So the money gun costs $5, I'm not getting $5. I'm getting like 240 and TikTok is taking the rest of it.
okay,
So you have to get 10 million diamonds, which is, I believe, $100,000
crazy.
you have to make in 1 month to be, yeah, you have to make $100,000 in 1 month
Dang.
to be a live pro. And so mostly they're battling, but I don't know if it's like you have to continually make 10 million diamonds every month to stay a live pro. I'm not sure. But like they'll also, like for example, Mop, did you come to my birthday battle?
I missed it. I meant to, and I was like, oh, she's there, and I don't know how I forgot. I should have set an alarm on my phone because I'm bad at memory. Is so bad because I was like, oh
To
yeah,
click. Where's this off? To click off right now.
and I had got coins so I could help you battle. I had did all of that, and I don't know what happened. I don't know. If something happened, either I was working or I was at a game or something. It's something. It wasn't. I was busy. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So that's who I battled for my birthday battle, Mop.
Okay.
He's a live pro and he's a large content creator. Today, he was live. Him, his mom, and his grandmother, they were helping him clean out his garage. And he was live. So his mom was in the live just talking about like she was talking about like when because he's 26. He just turned 26. His birthday is the week after mine, exactly
Mm-hmm.
1 week. He turned 26. And so he was talking about, his mom was talking about like when he gets married, that's the woman of the house. And so she's like, I have to, respect boundaries. And so she was talking about, she was like, when he first got this house, I used to just show up here unannounced all the time. And I had to learn, I can't do that anymore. Like he's a young man. I can't just show up. And so she was talking about how like she had Mop really young and she was like, we like grew up together. So I had to learn, like certain things. And
Mm-hmm.
so he literally had like over 1,000 people in there because they were just listening to like what his mom was saying and then his grandmother was in the background like like your grandmother, well, I don't know about your grandmother, but my grandmother, she'll just say whatever the fuck she wants because she don't give a fuck. So
Mm-hmm.
like his grandmother was the same thing, just like saying whatever. She's like, I don't give a fuck, whatever, blah blah blah, like saying whatever. And so what I've learned through watching these live pros is that yes, people will watch them battle, people will contribute to them battling, but what people actually want is people want to see them live their life. So like
Mm-hmm.
it's like a reality show. Like
Mm-hmm.
people, if he orders his lunch, people want him to sit on live and eat his lunch because they want to see what did he order for lunch. If his mom is
That's
over
crazy.
there helping him clean out the garage, they want to watch him and his mom and his grandma because they want to see what is the dynamic like. Like what
Mm.
people really want is they want you to be on as much as possible throughout the day because they want to come and see what you're doing just because. And so, like, I have some followers like that, but of course, my following is much smaller. But I know that there are people, maybe you're one of them, but I know that there are people who, if I said, y'all, I'm going live, I'm going to be on live 7 hours today, and this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be cleaning out my closet, I'm going to be ordering my lunch, I'm going to give you a tour of my apartment. I know that there are people if let's say I did it like noon to 7, like not super late, I know that there are people that was sitting there the whole 7 hours because
Mm-hmm.
they want to see what am I doing. Like
Mm-hmm.
we all love reality TV, I feel, because in some part we're nosy. Like we just want to know I think that's why Big Brother is so popular because people want to see, okay, what are you doing? Like, just like, for example, if there was a camera in your house right now, I would watch that because I just want to see what are you doing. Another thing about social media is it's social media. People can
Mm-hmm.
see you. And so being conventionally attractive goes a really long way. Like a lot of these big content creators, they're not entertaining. They don't entertain. They're just pretty. They're just sitting in front of you looking good. And people give them money because they have a crush on them or they like them. I have to be entertaining. I'm not trying to say I'm not pretty, I'm not gorgeous, whatever. Of course, I think I'm beautiful, whatever. But by default, if we're talking about America, if you're not white, by default, you're not conventionally attractive. So there's that. And then two, it's like I'm a fat black woman. Like there are a lot of people, I'm not their demographic, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And so, and that's fine. But I'm just saying it's harder to build up a following when you are considered to not be conventionally attractive. And it's not an accident that a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the people that are live pros are very attractive because it's easy for them to get people to give them money because they look good.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the big creators, like period, where they just dance or do something, and I'm like, why they got a million and something followers? This it?
Exactly.
You know?
A very good documentary about that. It's this white guy. His name is like something White. He has 2.1 million followers, and he went viral because he was lip syncing to Manny. I mean, not Manny, Mandy. The Barry Manilow song, Mandy. He
Oh,
did
okay.
a short clip lip syncing to that, and it
Mm-hmm.
went viral, blew up. And so they did a whole video about how, like, basically all these like middle-aged white women started following him, doing all this stuff. One of them said in his chat one time, "You should post your PayPal in your bio because that way people can send you money and TikTok won't take half of it." He was like, "Okay." He posts the PayPal
Girl.
like 11 p.m. midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Posted.
Mm-hmm.
He woke up the next morning. Ask me how much was in there.
Girl, I don't even want. Okay, I'm gonna just 10,000.
Baby, try 60. $60,000. So he calls his dad and he's like, what should I do? And his dad was like, just quit your job. And so he quit his job and became a full-time like live host, whatever. And he would go to a restaurant and he would be on live and these women would call the restaurant and pay for his dinner.
Excuse me?
He hasn't paid for a dinner in years.
They will call
This
the restaurant and
one of the ladies in this documentary said personally out of her own pocket, she's given him $100,000. They like so it blew up.
that's
And then, of
crazy.
course, the story is it blew up and basically then it destroyed him. Like he ended up like having
Oh,
some addiction issues, some like mental health issues. Like, but it's insane. They were crawling all over themselves to give him money.
damn.
2.1, and I went and looked him up because he's still on TikTok. He still has it's like 2.1 million followers. He they were in this girl. These women were in this documentary talking about he would go. So he's on the East Coast. They were talking about he would go live like to do his morning routine. So he would go live like 8 a.m. They're on the West Coast. It's 5 a.m. They were talking about they were getting up at 5 a.m. and then they were saying that they would screen record the live. Why would you screen record the live? He's going to be live tomorrow. They were saying that they would screen record every live that he did. Obsessed.
I don't I don't get it.
Dollars, not even in 24 hours, overnight.
$60,000.
60,000 American dollars.
And these are all, well, you know what? So when I lived in Atlanta, me and my friend used to go to see the Black Chippendales, the dancers.
It's here. Is it still
I don't know. I have to ask my friend who lives there if it's still going.
here? Okay.
I'm sure it is. I'm
Because I'm
sure.
sure.
And when I tell you around text time, them women throwing money like it's no tomorrow. Like we got really close with one of the guys on there. And he was like, when they dance, they need people to come pick up their money and stuff. So me and her was on stage picking them. I was like, God damn. When I said they would come with stacks of money.
I'm telling you, you got to watch this documentary about this guy. Like I watched that documentary and
That's
literally I
crazy.
remember I was texting somebody as I was watching it and I was literally texting her every 5 minutes because it was like everything that was being said, I just could not believe it. How you gave somebody that you don't even know
Mm-mm.
$100,000?
No,
And the thing of it is, he's not battling. They're just in there throwing the money. He don't even battle. He would just be sitting there like, okay, I'm getting dressed, brushing his teeth and doing whatever.
I don't. I
So
don't
I say
understand it.
all that to say, if somebody is attracted to you, they
Hmm.
will watch you do anything because
You're
they
right.
don't care. They just want to look at you, whatever you're doing.
Which is
So
still,
it's
I'm not going to give you all my money now. When you
you gonna give them some. So they get a
he
little bit from you, they get a little bit from this one, they get a little, and it adds up.
You got to be doing a little bit something for me in person for me to give you some money. Ain't no way I'm giving you some and I ain't getting nothing in return because that's $60,000. Ooh,
Made more than many people make in a year overnight.
crazy. Insane. I need to step my pussy up, okay? Because
I watched that documentary. I literally went on live the next night and I said, y'all about to fucking turn this, y'all about to scroll to this live, enter this live, and I'm gonna be sitting here in my bra. Do you understand me? 60.
wow, I did not know that TikTok was like this. Like, I didn't know you can make that much money on here.
Well, he didn't make it on TikTok. He made it on PayPal.
Oh,
But
PayPal.
he
Okay.
met the people who
On,
gave him the money on
on
TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah. Insanity.
That's why. Do you have any links in your, do you have your Cash App or your PayPal in your bio? You need to put your Cash App or your
Yeah.
PayPal in your bio, in case something that you have like really blows up. And tell people, listen, if you want to support me, here to Cash App.
Do you have that in your bio? Have people sent you stuff?
Before Chris and I became really close, she sent me something on Cash App because she had mentioned that she enjoyed my challenge videos, and I had said something about like, girl, I'm basically only making these challenge videos for you because I'm not enjoying the season anymore. And so she sent me something because she felt bad that I
Oh.
was like making the videos basically just for her.
Mhm.
So because she sent me something, she was a big fan of the summit. And so I said, girl, I'm going to finish the season of the summit because you sent me something. Still haven't finished it, but I watched like two more episodes and made two more videos, and then I tagged her in the videos for her to see. But yeah, Chris did. But listen, if somebody, people will come to me and they'll be like, "Can you watch da 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 da? Can you make a video about da 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 da?" And I'll be like, "Do you have some make a video money?"
Oh,
Because like I have a job. Like I have a job and then I watch all the shows that I already watch. If you want me to add something to the repertoire, you gotta have some coin.
I mean, I don't
Somebody
blame
wanted
you.
me to somebody wanted me to make a video about the Karen Reed case. I didn't know anything really about the case except a little bit. I literally watched. It was like a 6-part documentary. I stayed up literally overnight, all night, watching this Karen Reed documentary and watching all the parts so that I could make one video because somebody wanted me to make a Karen Reed video. And they didn't even pay for it. I just did it because it was a young, like, black girl. And she basically, like, I could tell she was young and she asked me. And so, gotta do everything you can for black women and girls. So
Yeah.
I did
You,
it.
what tips can you give somebody who's even just starting out as a TikToker that will help them grow like you have so far?
Okay, so what I will say is, and I think people are so sick of hearing this, but it is really true. Consistency is key. So if you like, I would advocate posting every day, and you don't have to. Because I know there are people out there saying like you got to post 5 times a day, got to post 3 times a day. You don't. I don't think you have to do that. But I do think you need to post a video every single day, and shorter videos do better because people's attention spans are short. And if something happens, like you're sick or something or whatever, at least write something and post it to your story. If you can't post a video, you need to post to your story. And then like be in community with the people who like the things you like. So if you post a video about this show that everybody's watching right now,
His and
heated
hers?
rivalry,
Oh,
heated rivalry. If you like that, make a video about it. And then when people come and they comment, engage in the comments. Like follow those people. And then that's how you build community. And then if you don't have live access, you need to be very active on the app so you can get live access. And then once you get live access, I highly recommend going live as much as you can because that will get you followers as well and help you create community as well.
That is very true. Like, I got the most followers from doing Love Island live when I was
Oh,
doing my.
Love Island. That is a huge fan base. So yeah, you doing Love Island lives, good call.
Oh yeah, I was like,
That's another thing. Talk about things that are popular. So like
mm-hmm,
if you can get into Love Island, which no shade, I could not. Talk about Love Island because you're going to get a lot of eyes on your content. If you're a Big Brother fan, talk about Big Brother. If you're a Survivor fan, talk about Big Brother. Like get into shows that people really like, and you will get eyes on your content. And then if you have a live that's about that thing, people will come and
yeah,
come and
engage.
follow you probably, and engage with whatever you're saying, whatever you're talking about. And so I think also people get caught up in like, oh, I have to have a certain amount of followers for people to watch my stuff. That's not true at all. The video that I have that did over 200,000, I don't even know if I had 1,000 followers when I made that.
No.
So it's not about that. It's about you talking about what people are talking about. And then
Mm-hmm,
your video will get swept up in, whatever the trending thing is. So getting eyes on your content has nothing to do with the amount of followers you have. Getting people to come to your live has nothing to do with, because there are people that have way more followers than me, and I'll go on my live and I'll go in there live and there'll be 4 people in there.
mm-hmm,
The people who consistently have a lot of people in their lives are the live pros because they've probably been going live for years and
mm,
they have built up their community to where there are 200, 300, 400, 500 people at a time who want to watch what they're doing. But it takes years to
mm-hmm.
get to that point.
And what I did this year, since I've been taking TikTok so seriously, like I took it seriously last year. I was like, I want to grow, and during Christmas, I did take a couple of days off, and I learned from that not to go a day without posting. Because when I came back and started posting, my views were in the garbage. Okay.
Right,
You
right.
know, last year before the end of the year, I was like, okay, what shows are coming up? I have a whole calendar list. I have a whole calendar on my wall with when the show starts, so I know, okay, I need to get prepared for this. So now Bridgerton, The Bachelorette, all these shows that I know people will watch. I'm like, okay, let me put it on my calendar so I can be ready when this comes up and I can start talking about it. You know what I'm saying? So like Traders, I had that down from day one. I'm like, okay, I got all this. So I can just be on top of stuff, and shows that I didn't think that people would watch. I just posted a video and I found like people watch it. They was very popular. I'm like, oh, okay. Especially like these Southern Charm. Only reason I started watching Summer House because they finally got a black girl on there.
Did you watch Summer House Martha's Vineyard?
Oh, of course, because there was all black girl. You know it.
Well, I want to ask you. So, what do you want to accomplish on TikTok?
Definitely growing more. Right, like right now, I'm like at 5,000 something. I'm surprised I even.
Good.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I met you, didn't you have like 1,000 something?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you're doing good.
Yeah. So
You're
again,
growing.
that live doing the Love Island live, that's where I got a lot of my followers. Posting about Big Brother when I did the live feeds, like when I was working from home, sometimes I would just go live and have it playing in the back. I'm just like, somebody might not be able to watch it. And then I'll just cut from my live video. And that's how I got a lot of my followers too, because they love Big Brother. So my main thing last year was, I wanted to do more events with because I'm a TikTok shop affiliate. So I did a couple of those. I was like, why do these people get to go to events? I want to go to these events. Girl, I don't know how I landed on it. I just figured it out and I got invited to one and then I got invited to another one. Yeah,
You
so
know TikTok events?
yeah. So okay.
Girl,
Th-
I did nothing.
but it's the TikTok shop events.
Oh.
I want to get into the film part of that. Like getting invited to
Mm.
screenings and people like pay you to talk about their movie or TV show coming up. That's I want to get more into the film because that's what I went to school for. So I want to get in more into that, being able to be on red carpets and get video or interview somebody that a celebrity from that film. Like that's one of my top ones that I want to do. Now my secondary is like, of course, I want to make some money on this app. Okay.
Hello.
that that's it. But definitely that. Um and of course, it wouldn't hurt to have some brand deals doing that. But I really want to get to where I can be on that carpet and get invited to because I see a lot of people get invited to screenings or if they have like special like Bridgerton themed things. 'Cause Atlanta gonna have it, everybody gonna come to Atlanta. So I was like, if I can get to stuff like that and be invited to stuff, that would just make my day. If I can't go, I'm a volunteer so I can get in there for free. Hello?
Boom.
That's how that's
I
how
think.
that's how remember Tom Joyner used to do the family reunion in Orlando. So me and my mom used to volunteer um doing that, and one year it was my birthday, it was in October, and I was working the door of the expo, and my girl Maxine, attorney at what's Maverick
Attorney
at
Ella.
law,
Erica
exactly.
Alexander.
She was a vendor. She has a comic book, like a graphic novel that she wrote. I was like, oh my God. Like, I was freaking out because they also had a living single reunion there that year, too. So I was like, oh
Was
my,
Queen Latifah there?
no,
I love Queen Latifah. Like
girl,
if I ever met her, I think I would just pass out.
no, I used to do my hairstyles because of her hairstyles on Living Single. I was like, I used to recreate her hairstyles. And then when she got her talk show, I was like, who is doing her hair? Because her hair looks flawless all the time.
Always has. Never had a
Always.
bad hair day in her life.
And
But
I'm
also, like, Erica Alexander, I think that character of Maxine Shaw is so important because, like I told you, I was watching Perry Mason, a white man, and that is how I realized I wanted to be a lawyer. But I think about Maxine Shaw,
mhm.
even Claire Huxtable. How
Oh.
many young Black girls became lawyers because they saw Maxine Shaw? And so
Mm.
I feel like that character is that's something I should do. I should go back and watch Living Single and see how realistic is it. I've never because when it was airing, that's the 90s. So
Yeah,
I
I
would have
was
been,
young.
I
Yeah.
would have, we would have been in what?
I
Middle
was in
school?
I was
High
in
school?
high school, I think, when it
Okay, so
came out.
you're 3 years older than me. So I would have been in like late middle school. So
Okay.
that was long before, I became a lawyer. But I had already decided. So, but I bet you there are so many Black women who became lawyers because of Maxine Shaw.
I believe it. She was great. And she's so like when I met her, I was talking to her every day. I was working at doors. She was so sweet and amazing. She's a
I know she
good
was.
human. When I tell you she's the best. And for my birthday, my mom bought one of her graphic novels and she gave me one and she signed it for me. And when I tell you I wanted to cry,
I
I was like,
love her.
It was such a dream to meet her because I love, because plus she was dark skinned black woman on TV, no nonsense. She didn't get like I was like, I want to be her. I want to be able to talk. Now you won't tell me I'm just like, I want to be her. She was just so inspiring to just all the women, and I'm not just, sing her out, but because she was just that girl. And I'm just like, to meet somebody that you watched on TV and them to be such a still an inspiration in real life and be that same person, it was just wonderful. Now next to her was oh, what's her name? Tasha Mack. What's her real name?
Wait, is Tasha Mack the real name?
No, that's the one she played on the game. Raquel
Oh,
Raquel
I didn't watch the game, but I know Wendy Raquel Robinson.
that's it.
Yeah. Hmm.
She had a booth right next to her, and they're good friends too, so she was really nice too. So I was just like, oh, all these. And then Thelma from Good Times was there, had a booth. Girl,
Wow.
yeah, like it was like my childhood right here in front of me. And then the most embarrassing thing that happened was, so they were doing, like I said, the Living Single reunion, right? And so I don't know what I was doing. I was acting a fool, just dancing. Girl, I turn around, why Overton right behind me? And girl, I screamed in his face because I didn't know he was gonna be behind me. I was like, "Overton." It's like I just screamed in Overton's face. He thinks I'm a crazy person.
He probably is used to it by now.
I know, but he just caught me off guard, and I was like, I don't want him to think I'm crazy because I really love Overton.
What I want to leave the people with is that if you genuinely want to get into content creation, you should. Content creation is difficult, even when it's not for your living. I can't imagine how hard it is when that's how people make their living. But if you want to get into content creation, you should. Do not get discouraged because, like I said, even if you're not getting thousands of eyes on every single video, let's say you get 400 people that look at a video. In that 400, there are probably 50 that really enjoyed that video and it brought them some joy for that day, and that means a lot, and that's really important. And at the end of the day, I believe we all have something to say, and your perspective is not exactly the same as anyone else's. So you should absolutely share your perspective with the world, because if you don't, that perspective is never going to get out there. So I highly recommend content creation. If it's something that you want to really make money from, like I said, you do need to be consistent with it. Um, and I think that just know that what you have to say matters and it's important. And you don't have no idea how many people I have touched, so many more people than I ever thought that I
Mm,
would have, by not just being a content creator on TikTok, but like hosting spaces on Twitter, all the things I've done. There's so much of my content out there. And you never know who needs to hear what you have to say. And so I just think just put yourself out there and try it. And you are going to have some discouraging moments, but stay with it, because the great moments that you're going to have, the community that you can build, is worth those hard days.
mm-hmm. You said it, girl. That is
Mhm.
so true. I'm so happy that I've curated the people that I see on my feed, for one, because a lot of stuff like, have you seen this? No, that's not something I have on my feed. Okay. So I'm grateful for the community. I'm grateful for your community because they're wonderful. I've met so many people through your lives, and they just great people. And it's all because of TikTok, really. And It's been great. So I thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been wonderful. 2 episodes. If you haven't seen the first one, Becoming a Lawyer, make sure you go watch that. And then also, if there's anything you want to plug, you have the floor.
Well, thank you so much for having me. This has been so fun, and I've let me just say, Vidal has been on several podcasts. And I will say, this did not feel like I was recording a podcast at all. Like, it literally just felt like I'm just hanging out with my friend. So, this has been the easiest recording I've ever done. So, thank you for that. Thank
You're
you so much
welcome.
for having me. And I just want to say, I am legal sojourner, like Sojourner Truth, legal sojourner on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Please, if you're only going to follow one place, please follow on TikTok. Because as I said, we're trying to get 10,000 followers. We're trying to get in that creator rewards program. But yeah, if you enjoy my content, feel free to leave a comment, like, share, subscribe to me. If you have any questions about anything I've said, ask me and I will answer. DM me, whatever. But I hope y'all enjoy the podcast. And yeah,
All right.
that's
Thank
it.
you so much.
Thank
And
you.
anytime you want to come on here talk about anything, I have done drag race podcasts. I have done other just, random topic podcasts. So you are more than
I
welcome.
will be, I watch all that stuff. So anytime you want me to be here, let me know.
All right. Thank you so much. And everybody, make sure you check out Miss Sheena and all her gloriousness. And we love her over here at the Becoming a podcast. And again, don't forget to go watch her first part of Becoming a Lawyer. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Bye.